Hey guys, it's the Militant Prophecy channel, and I just wanted to make a quick video about the Chester Bennington funeral and how his ex-wife was absolutely disgusted with the way the funeral was done, even at one point saying in a quote that the truth on every level will come out. So, when it comes to the controversy that surrounds Chester Bennington's alleged suicide and also Chris Cornell's alleged suicide, giving a statement like that or putting that out there on social media, the truth on every level will come out, will just lead to more speculation. But if you read the whole post, you can see why she is upset. And if what she's saying in this post is true, then she definitely has every right to be upset. She states, "My son and I have not had an opportunity to speak, not even at his funeral. That not only represented his life, that he was married to his new wife, no photos, but one of him anywhere." So you can tell at the beginning of her post that she's really upset about her family and the son that she had with Chester, how that wasn't really represented, but really it was just a celebration of Chester, the rock star, and not really anything previous, and is nothing previous before he became a rock star. She's really upset about that. She also stated in her Facebook post, "Thank you for not giving me or my 31 guests any knowledge of where the after bowling celebration was." So apparently there was supposed to be an after bowling celebration after this funeral. So it's just a lot of weird details coming out. And she also says, "Oh, and your phone calls hours later wondering where we were. I'm still laughing about that. Still never mentioned where to go, name of places or addresses. It was a disgusting, delusional display on all people who spoke at the funeral and their characters. Never mentioning a man who grew up from a little boy and loved many things. Becoming a rock star was just one thing." So there she just, reiterating the fact that she was really upset that it had nothing to do with Chester the person, just Chester the rock star. But I also thought it was interesting that she put that the people that spoke at the funeral, that they were in character, which is a really strange way of putting it. And so here you have Chester's current wife. When he allegedly committed suicide, she went off on Twitter and then started making a bunch of other comments on Twitter, and it was later said that she was hacked, quote unquote. And now you have his ex-wife also saying very weird things like the truth will come out and the people at the funeral were in character. And then you also have Chris Cornell's wife, who also said things that just leave a lot of innuendo and just causes people to speculate. And it just makes me wonder whether they're doing this on purpose. They may be scared and terrified to actually just come out and say it. But you see a lot of speculation and a lot of innuendo in the statements that they make, and you know that they definitely have time to think about what they're going to say and how they're going to say it, knowing it's going to be very public. But it just really seems to me like they don't mind people speculating and wondering what actually happened with their husband's alleged suicide. But one thing that I just found really disturbing was also when she mentioned the family. She said both of his parents weren't there because the father wasn't there. And she said that the parents were not mentioned in the program. His siblings were not mentioned in the program. The mothers of his children were not mentioned. Even his own children were not listed on the program. And she just really had a big problem, obviously, with how the funeral was done and the fact that the dad, his father, did not show up. Once again, knowing all the speculation surrounding Chester's death, knowing all the speculation with how eerily similar Chester and John Podesta look, and that has been thrown out there, but they do look very similar. Just for the father not to show up to the funeral right there is a red flag. It's a huge red flag because it's not something that you would ever even hear of a parent, especially a father, not showing up to their own son's funeral. It makes me wonder, what does he think? How is he feeling about this situation? Was the father already thinking and wondering that the funeral would go this way and that he himself would be disgusted by it? He would be so disgusted by it that that's why he wouldn't show up? or does he himself have doubts about Chester's suicide? And by the way, none of this, all this is speculation, obviously, but there are red flags, there are signs, there are things and strange coincidences that make you wonder about this situation. And by the way, these videos are not meant to disparage Chester. Obviously, just growing up, I was a big Linkin Park fan. I think it's very sad for the family. A lot of people, they don't have a heart for rock stars or for millionaires or people like that. They just assume, oh well, they have millions of dollars, and who cares about them? But these are people. They do have souls, and Jesus died for them, just like Jesus died for everyone. So that's where I'm coming from with that, and I just want for the truth to come out and justice to be served. This is a Militant Prophecy channel. Please consider subscribing.